Welcome to Malice and Mystery, a lost diary, an unsolved mystery unraveling history's hidden secrets. When Emma found a lost diary in her attic, she never expected it to lead her into a century-old mystery full of secrets, danger, and unanswered questions. Number 1, the discovery. It was a chilly October morning when Emma Carter, an amateur historian with a penchant for uncovering forgotten tales, stumbled upon the old leather-bound diary. She had been exploring the attic of her recently inherited Victorian home, a place steeped in history and whispers of the past. As she sifted through boxes filled with yellowed papers and dusty artifacts, her fingers brushed against something unexpectedly smooth. Pulling it out, she found herself holding a small, weathered book, its cover embossed with intricate patterns that spoke of another era. The diary seemed to call out to her, each page promising secrets waiting to be unveiled. Its pages were brittle, the ink faded but still legible, hinting at stories from a time long past. Emma's heart raced with excitement as she flipped through the entries, catching glimpses of names and events that sparked her curiosity. It was clear that this was no ordinary journal. It was a personal account of someone deeply entangled in the fabric of their time, perhaps even involved in significant historical events. As Emma delved deeper into the contents, she realized that the diary might hold more than just historical anecdotes. There were cryptic notes and references to meetings held under the cover of darkness, coded messages that suggested involvement in clandestine activities. Her initial thrill morphed into a burning desire to solve the mysteries contained within these fragile pages. Each entry drew her further into the life of its author, a person whose identity remained tantalizingly elusive. With every turn of the page, Emma felt herself stepping closer to unraveling not just the story of the diary's owner, but also the broader tapestry of secrets that the diary guarded so jealously. Thus began Emma's journey, a quest not only to piece together the fragmented life of the diary's mysterious writer, but also to connect the dots leading to events that could rewrite parts of local history. The discovery of the diary set the stage for an adventure that would challenge her skills as a historian and test her resolve to bring hidden truths to light. Number 2, the diary's secrets. Emma's fascination deepened as she began to meticulously analyze the diary's contents. The first few entries painted a vivid picture of daily life in the late 19th century, detailing mundane chores and social gatherings that provided a backdrop to the era. However, as she progressed through the pages, the tone shifted dramatically. The entries became sporadic, filled with anxiety and urgency, hinting at a looming threat or impending disaster. One particular passage caught Emma's attention tonight. Under the pale moonlight, I met with them again by the old oak. Their words were veiled, yet the gravity of our mission hung heavy in the air. This entry dated March 14, 1892. It's followed by several others that mentioned secret meetings and whispered conversations. The diary's author frequently referred to the cause, a phrase that remained frustratingly undefined throughout the text. Intrigued, Emma noted the recurring mention of specific locations: a secluded cabin in the woods, a rarely used train station, and a derelict church on the outskirts of town. These places were described with such detail that Emma could almost visualize them. Despite the years that had passed since they were penned, she marked these locations on a map, hoping they might lead her to more tangible clues about the diary's purpose and the identity of its keeper. The narrative style of the diary evolved as well, shifting from straightforward accounts to more poetic and metaphorical descriptions. This change suggested a deepening involvement in whatever clandestine activities the author was partaking in. Phrases like "shadows lengthen as truth hides," and "secrets buried beneath the roots of time" hinted at a complex web of intrigue and deception. Emma's analytical skills were put to the test as she cross-referenced the diary's dates and events with known historical records. Underground movements aiming to overthrow local governance structures. Could the diary's author have been a key player in these events? The possibility thrilled and terrified her in equal measure. Each night, as Emma delved deeper into the diary, she felt the weight of responsibility growing heavier. The diary wasn't just a relic of the past. It was a puzzle waiting to be solved, a mystery that demanded resolution. The more she read, the more she realized that the answers lay not just within the pages, but also in the world outside, hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone brave enough to seek them out. Number 3, shadows of suspicion. And as Emma continued her investigation, the diary's cryptic entries led her to a series of encounters that thickened the plot around her. One evening, while examining the diary in her study, a soft knock echoed through the room. Opening the door, she was greeted by Mr. Harold Jenkins, an elderly neighbor known for his encyclopedic knowledge of local lore. His eyes twinkled with curiosity as he handed her a small, faded photograph. "I thought you might find this interesting," he said cryptically, before shuffling away. Emma recognized one of the figures immediately bore a striking resemblance to the handwriting in the diary. Her heart raced as she realized this could be the elusive author. But who were the others, and what did they represent? Determined to uncover more, Emma visited the local library, where she hoped to dig up any archived newspapers from the 1890s. As she sifted through the brittle pages, a headline caught her eye: "Local businessmen missing after mysterious fire." The article detailed the disappearance of Thomas Whitaker, a prominent figure in the community whose estate had burned down under suspicious circumstances. Intriguingly, the date of the fire coincided with one of the last entries in the diary. Her research took a darker turn when she encountered Sarah, a librarian with a keen interest in unsolved mysteries. Over cups of tea, Sarah shared tales of other disappearances and unexplained events from that era, suggesting a pattern of foul play linked to powerful local families. "There are stories," Sarah whispered, leaning in conspiratorially, "of secret societies manipulating events from the shadows." These revelations propelled Emma into a whirlwind of speculation and dread. Could the diary be a record of resistance against these shadowy figures, or was its author complicit in their schemes? Each new clue brought her closer to the truth, but also deeper into a labyrinth of deceit and danger. As she pieced together fragments of the past, Emma couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched, her every move scrutinized by unseen eyes. The tension escalated when she received an anonymous letter warning her to cease her inquiries. The note was brief, typed on plain paper, but its implications were chilling. Undeterred, Emma resolved to push forward, driven by a mix of fear and exhilaration. The stakes were higher than ever, and the line between historian and detective blurred as she navigated the treacherous waters of a century-old conspiracy. Number 4. Revelations and risks. Emma's relentless pursuit of the truth reached a critical juncture when she decided to visit the derelict church mentioned in the diary. The structure stood isolated on the edge of town, its spire reaching towards the sky like a silent sentinel guarding untold secrets. As she approached, the air grew colder, and the sense of being watched intensified, making her steps hesitant yet resolute. Inside, the church was a cavern of shadows and echoes. Dust motes danced in the slanted beams of light piercing through broken stained glass windows. Emma moved cautiously, her flashlight cutting through the gloom, illuminating pews and altars cloaked in decay. In the corner, behind a toppled confessional booth, she found a loose floorboard. Beneath it lay a small, rusted box. Her heart pounded as she opened it to reveal a collection of letters and documents, all bearing the same handwriting as the diary. Among these papers was a map marked with routes and safe houses, confirming her suspicion of an organized network operating in secrecy. One document outlined plans for what appeared to be a major upheaval, targeting key figures in the local government. Emma realized she was holding evidence of a revolutionary plot, possibly the very cause referenced repeatedly in the diary. As she absorbed the gravity of her findings, a sudden noise startled her, a soft creak, like footsteps on the ancient wooden floor. Emma froze, her breath caught in her throat. Slowly, she turned her flashlight towards the sound. revealing a figure silhouetted against the dim light from the doorway. It was Mr. Jenkins, his expression unreadable in the shadows. "Miss Carter," he began, his voice steady but laced with an underlying tension. "You've ventured far into matters best left undisturbed." He stepped closer, his presence both comforting and menacing. "This is bigger than you know. Those who wish to keep these secrets buried are not ones to trifle with." Emma's mind raced, weighing her options. She knew she was treading dangerous waters, yet the historian in her yearned to expose the truth. "Mr. Jenkins, if these documents can shed light on our history, shouldn't they be shared?" she asked, trying to gauge his reaction. He sighed, a mixture of resignation and concern etched on his face. "Perhaps, but at what cost? You must understand, some truths carry consequences far beyond our control." With that, he gestured towards the exit, his implication clearly now while she still could. Despite the palpable threat, Emma felt a surge of determination. She carefully gathered the documents, ensuring she left no trace of her discovery, and followed Mr. Jenkins out. As they parted ways, he offered a final warning. "Be cautious, Miss Carter. Not everyone appreciates a curious mind." Back at home, Emma secured the documents, her thoughts a whirlwind of possibilities and perils. The revelation of the diary, as true nature that it was a blueprint for rebellion, had transformed her quest into something far more perilous. Yet, the thrill of uncovering hidden histories mingled with the fear of unknown dangers lurking in the shadows, pushing her ever forward in her journey to unravel the past's deepest secrets. Number 5, Unraveling the Past. As Emma delved deeper into the documents she had retrieved from the derelict church, a clearer picture of the diary's significance began to emerge. Each letter and map piece added layers to the historical context, painting a vivid tableau of a community teetering on the brink of transformation. The diary, once a mere collection of personal musings, revealed itself as a crucial artifact in understanding the socio-political dynamics of the late 19th century. Through meticulous analysis, Emma traced the connections between the diary's entries and the broader historical events of the time. The diary's author, likely a key figure in these movements, chronicled not just personal fears and hopes, but also strategic discussions aimed at challenging the entrenched power structures. The implications of these findings were profound. They suggested that the diary was not merely a personal account, but a historical document of significant value, potentially altering the understanding of local history. Emma realized that the diary could serve as a primary source, shedding light on the grassroots efforts that preceded major reforms in labor laws and governance practices. However, the more Emma uncovered, the more she understood the risks involved. The warnings from Mr. Jenkins echoed in her mind, reminding her of the potential repercussions of exposing such sensitive information. The diary's revelations could disrupt established narratives, challenge powerful descendants of those implicated, and perhaps reopen old wounds in the community. Balancing her academic integrity with the ethical considerations of her discoveries, Emma faced a moral quandary. Should she publish her findings, risking backlash and possible harm to those connected to the diary's secrets? Or should she preserve the status quo, safeguarding the peace but perhaps burying crucial truths? This internal conflict weighed heavily on Emma, each decision path fraught with potential consequences. Her role had transcended that of a mere historian. She was now a guardian of secrets that could reshape perceptions of the past. As she pondered her next steps, Emma knew that her choice would not only define her career, but also impact the legacy of those whose lives were intertwined with the diary's pages. In the quiet solitude of her study, surrounded by the echoes of history, Emma grappled with her conscience. The diary had unlocked doors to the past, but it had also placed her at a crossroads where history, ethics, and personal courage intersected. Her journey was far from over, and the decisions she made would resonate through time, shaping not just her future, but also the collective memory of her community. Number 6, the final revelation. as Emma sat amidst the scattered documents and aged pages of the diary. A profound realization dawned upon her. The culmination of her exhaustive research and the harrowing journey through the shadows of history had not only unraveled the past, but it also reshaped her own identity. Each entry in the diary, once a mere whisper from the annals of time, now resonated deeply within her, echoing the struggles and triumphs of those who dared to challenge the status quo. The diary's secrets had woven themselves into the very fabric of her being, transforming her from a mere observer of history to an active participant in its unfolding narrative. Emma felt a kinship with the diary's author, whose courage and conviction had ignited movements that rippled through generations. This connection bridged centuries, linking her present to a past brimming with resilience and defiance. Reflecting on the journey, Emma acknowledged how profoundly the mystery had influenced her perspective. Initially driven by curiosity and a historian's zeal, she now understood the weight of wielding truths that could alter perceptions and realities. The diary had taught her that history was not just a chronicle of facts, but a living entity, capable of inspiring change and fostering empathy across eras. Yet, as much as the diary had illuminated paths through the dark corridors of the past, it had also cast long shadows over Emma's future endeavors. The choices she faced, whether to unveil the full extent of her findings or to protect the delicate threads of peace woven over time, were daunting. Each option carried its own set of consequences, affecting not only her life, but also the lives intertwined with the diary's secrets. Looking ahead, Emma envisioned her path diverging into multiple directions, each shaped by the decisions she was yet to make. Or would she choose a quieter life, letting the echoes of the past guide her towards a future less entangled with its complexities? Whatever the future held, Emma knew one thing for certain: the diary had irrevocably changed her. It had instilled in her a sense of purpose and a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. As she closed the diary, its worn cover a testament to the journeys it had witnessed, Emma felt a renewed commitment to honor its legacy. Whether through scholarly pursuits or personal reflections, the spirit of the diary would continue to guide her. A beacon in the ongoing quest to understand the intricate tapestry of human history. Some mysteries change us forever. For Emma, the truth was uncovered, but at what cost? Thank you for tuning in. I hope you found this video intriguing. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell to stay updated with more mysterious tales. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive and stay cautious.